Hello, everyone. This is the Cricket Forum, where we discuss the latest happenings in cricket. So, for all the latest news, views, rumors, this is the place to be. Today, we have a lot to get into today. So we have this high drama in the BBL. Virat Kohli not playing in the second Test match against South Africa. We're going to look at the West Indies squad for this series against Ireland and pick our starting 11. And we're also going to look at the ICC Cricketer of the Year nominees. There are 13 different categories, but we're just going to look at just the Cricketer of the Year. That's really what this program is interested in. The male Cricketer of the Year. There's a category for the female cricketers of the year. Maybe we'll look at the female cricketers of the year because you don't want to be accused of being gender biased and all that comes with it. So we will look at the ICC, both male and female cricketers of the year, the nominees. But today we'll stick to the male cricketers of the year nominee. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Today's show is brought to you by the Dealmaker Store. So if you are living in the Caribbean and would like to purchase a pre-owned vehicle, please contact the Dealmaker Store. The link is in the description. So that's Dealmaker Store for all your pre-owned vehicles in the Caribbean. Okay, let's get on with the show. So yesterday there was high drama in the BBL. What happened is that Xavier Kroon, playing for the Melbourne Star, bowls a bumper, a short delivery to Ashton Turner, the captain of the Perth Scorchers. He pulled at it, it hit his helmet, and the umpire gave Turner out. But within 3 seconds, he overturned his decision. And said not out. 3 seconds. So there was high drama. There were some people who are of the opinion that he should not have changed his decision. I, like many others, also believe that once the right decision was made, that's what you want, the right decision. It's not about sticking to what you have done, but be big enough, be bold enough, to be man enough to able to recognize that you have made the wrong decision and to change it. So I think he made the right decision. And I also think the approach was right to immediately recognize that here I am. I've made the wrong decision. Let me change it right away and made the right decision. So well done to the umpire. There's a lot of talk on social media. Social media is exploding about it. Some are saying that Xavier Kroon, this was his first match in the BBL, playing for the Melbourne Star. It was his first match, his first wicket. So people are mocking, said this man got his first wicket and it lasted only 3 seconds. So there was high drama. Also, Virat Kohli. This morning, everyone was surprised when Kyle Rahul walked out to spin the toss in the second Test match against South Africa. It was a very big surprise. News is coming through that he's suffering from a upper back spasm, and so that he will not be taking part in this Test match. It's a big blow for Kohli because he has played 98 Test matches so far, and he was looking forward to playing his 100th Test match at the end of this series, because this Test series is 3 matches. One have already been played. This is the second one and the third one. So the third one would have been his 100th test match. So with he missing this Test match, he will not accomplish his goal of playing 100 Test matches when the third Test comes around in South Africa. So sad, but Vitat Urama would get a chance to play. And there are many persons in India who are clamoring for him to be in this India side. So bad luck, Kohli. But as its saying goes, bad luck for him, but good luck for someone else. Now, West Indies is going to play a 3-match one-day series against Ireland starting at Sabina Park in Jamaica on Saturday. And West Indies have released their 14-man squad from which the final 11 will be picked. They have named a 14-man squad. They have also named 2 COVID reserve. So now it's a 16-man squad. But 2 are reserve. All of them will be, all 16 players will be in the bubble. All 16 players will be in the bubble. Now, Kieran Pollard has returned to lead the side. There are many persons who believes that Pollard is unfit, he is a bully, and he is not good for West Indies cricket. Many persons in the Caribbean are disappointed that Pollard is being asked to lead this team. They believe that Pooran should be the captain. Never mind that Pollard, he has his supporters, and it's probably split 50-50 down the middle, whether he should be captain or whether he should not be captain. The records, if you are going by pure statistics, he should not be in the squad. His record is poor for the West Indies. Yes, he does great in franchise cricket all over the world, and for the Mumbai Indians, he has played well for the Mumbai Indians in the IPL. But for West Indies, Pollard record is not all that bossy. Now, so from the 14 men that were named, I want to pick my starting 11. I will go with open the batting. He's probably the West Indies best ODI performer as a batsman over the last couple of years. So I will naturally go with Hope as the opener along with Brooks. Brooks, in his last innings in the T10 in December in Pakistan, he batted very well. He made 44. Wish he could have gone for more, but that 44 seems like Brooks is turning the corner. And Brooks is a man who was captain the West Indies A team and have played a lot of A team cricket for the West Indies. And although now in his early 30s, I think Brooks should get a chance. And I think Brooks should open that innings with Hope. At 3, I would have Chase. Well, Chase, his reputation and his statistics are miles apart. Chase have scored centuries in the past, of course, yes. But Chase is averaging mid-20s. However, I am picking this 11 from the 14 that West Indies has named in the squad. So I will go with Hope, Chase, Pooran at 4. Greaves would get a chance to make his debut. The Barbadian middle order batsman. I think he's a fine player. I expect a lot from Greaves, and I think it's time for Greaves to get his chance. He was in Pakistan with the West Indies squad. He got COVID, so he never featured in any of the matches. But I think this is a good opportunity for Greaves to get his chance to launch his international career. So I'll have Greens at 5, Pollard the captain at 6, Rowan Holder will bat at 7. Holder batting at 7. Jason Holder, not Rowan Holder. Rowan Holder old man. I think Ron Holder probably worked for the West Indies, for Cricket West Indies in some capacity. I'm talking about Jason Holder, the number one test all-rounder in the world. That's is probably the only shining light in West Indies cricket, that we have an all-rounder in the Caribbean who is ranked number one. So Jason Holder will bat at 7. I have said it so many times that Holder is probably the best batsman in the Caribbean. And maybe we should ask Holder to stop bowling and concentrate on his batting. And we'll have a very, very good batsman there. I think Holder can bat 5 in the test team if he concentrate on his batting and stop bowling, because I really think that Holder is a very, very, very good batsman. I think so. I think he's a very good batsman. So I'll have Holder at 7. Hodin Simmet. Many persons saw him many persons have seen him as a new rising star in white ball cricket in the West Indies. He hits a very long ball and he's capable of bowling 150 kilometers per hour. I firmly believe that he has to work on his bowling a lot. I think he needs to improve, and we hope that improvement takes place, because right now he's what you would call in old time days fast and foolish. He can crank it up to 150 plus. He generally bowls about 140 plus, above 140. But when he's fit, when he's very fit, and he was one of the players who got COVID after returning from Pakistan. So maybe he got it from Pakistan, but when he came back to the Caribbean and got tested, he was tested positive. But he's a really, really good player to have in your team. And he will have a lot of decisions to make this year, Odin Simmet, because the franchise leagues around the world are going to come calling. And I think West Indies will want him to represent them also. So he will have a lot of tough decisions to make, whether to represent the West Indies, or when to represent the West Indies, or when to go and play franchise cricket. Now, franchise cricket carries a lot of money. Playing for the West Indies, you're probably only making quarter or between 10% to 25% playing for the West Indies. You'll make compared to what you'll make playing for a franchise team. And these tournaments are usually very short. So it's going to be loyalty versus money. So he will need to come up with a good balance to keep the goodwill of the Caribbean people, and at the same time looking after his livelihood and his future, because the life of a sportsman is very short. It's very short, and he needs to maximize his earning. So it's the balance of maximizing your earning and the loyalty to West Indies cricket. That's the balance that a youngster like Odin Simmet will need to strike going forward, because franchise cricket around the world, the franchise leagues around the world are going to come calling, and the West Indies is expected to want him to play. But I think he has a level head. He has a very good team around him, and hopefully they will make the right decision. So I will have Odin Simmet batting at 8. I will have batting at 8 in this team. At 9, I will have Azari Joseph. Azari Joseph, like Odin Simmet, were members of the West Indies team that won the World Cup, the under-19 World Cup in 2016. And I think that Azari Joseph, there are a number of persons who are questioning his ability. Some are saying that he is ordinary, but we should remember that this man is a man that got 5 wickets in a T20 match in the IPL. And the IPL is a standard T20 league around the world. That's where all the best players are. And Joseph got 5 wickets in a T20 match. So there must be some quality about him. He was the spearhead of that under-19 World Cup team, that winning under-19 World Cup team. So there must be some quality about him. He has played county cricket. He has played test cricket. I think Azari Joseph should be in every West Indies team. Maybe not the T20, but he should be in the test team and in the ODI team, right? So I would have Azari Joseph batting at 9. Then at 10 would Hussein. Well, Hussein is developing into one of the best left arm spinner in the Caribbean, and he is one who I expected to be well sought after also in T20 leagues around the world. I think he and Odin Simit have the same challenge because they will have to balance the loyalty to the West Indies versus securing their future financially. And they are two good friends. They are roommates. They were part of the KKR setup in the second part of last year IPL. Now we hope that they will perform at their best and they will be able to find balance between representing the West Indies and securing their financial future. Because it's a tricky decision. It's a tough decision. But I know that they will make the right decisions and will be able to find a right balance. So Hussein is developing to one of the West Indies' most reliable bowler. He bowl left arm spin. There are two other left arm spinners in the region that impress me. And one of them is in this squad, Motti from Guyana. Fabian Allen from Jamaica is not in the squad to face Ireland, but he's in the squad to face England, because England will be coming after Ireland. England series starts the 22nd. But Motti, Hussein, and Fabian Allen are three very good left arm spinners in the West Indies. On bowling skill alone, I love Motti more than the other two. That's my preference. It doesn't take away from the fact that Hussein has been bowling very well, and I would still play Hussein ahead of Motti in this team because Hussein have been bowling brilliantly. He has been bowling well, so I would still play him. But I think that Motti has the potential to be the number one left arm spinner in the Caribbean. What this argues is that when it comes to left arm spin for white ball cricket in the West Indies, that department is well served. Because I was speaking to someone yesterday and they were saying that although Fabian Allen, when it comes to bowling, he may be number 3 among the 3 of them on pure bowling. But when it comes to performance and being a utility player, somebody who a utility player, cricketers understand what a utility player is. As the word suggests, a utility, he can perform in different departments of the game, batting, bowling, fielding. His performance are very high standard. The person was saying that Fabian Allen, when it comes to being a utility player and who have performed for the West Indies in the past, is number 1 among the 3. While he might not be the best, he might be number 3 when it comes to bowling, he is number 1 when it comes down to being a utility player. So West Indies cricket is well served in that department. I think in Test cricket, they would probably go for Veerasamy Pamal or the other youngster from Barbados, Warwickon. In Test cricket, they play those 2. But I think in white ball cricket, there are 3 top quality left arm spinner in the West Indies. So I would have Hussein at 10. And at 11, I'll play Jada Seals. Seals is a world-class bowler. I call it the first time he played against Sri Lanka. I call it that Seals is the real deal. And I still stick by that. I think that Jada Seals is the real deal and will be and in the next 2 or 3 years, he will be the leading fast bowler in the West Indies. I'm looking forward to the development of Seals and Joseph and Odin Smith because and Shepherd and Keema Paul and Anderson Phillips, there's a good crop of young fast bowlers in the West Indies. Drakes, older to be the senior pro leading this slot. So Cottrell is also there. Although Cottrell is probably on the other side of the hill, but Cottrell is also there. There's about Niall Smith from Guyana. There's about 10 fast bowlers in the West Indies right now that we can work with. We can work with and we can develop, and we'll have a world-class bowling attack in the next 2 to 3 years. But I really think Seals is the real deal. And I'm looking forward to Seals and Joseph leading this West Indies attack in the next 2-3 years, backed up by persons like Smith, Paul, Shemar Older from Barbados, Niall Smith from Guyana, and there are others. But I really think that Seals and Joseph are the men. Seals and Joseph. So that would be my starting 11 for the match on Saturday against Ireland. So just quickly, Hope, Brooks, Chase, Pooran, Greaves, Pollard, Older, Smith, Joseph, Hussein, and Seals. The three persons missing out is Shepherd, Mutty, and Devon Thomas. And as I said, Casey Carty, and Sheldon Cottrells are the COVID reserve. Now, in the West Indies Cricket Board did release a statement and said that the reason why Evan Lewis is not in this team, Evan Lewis and Anderson Phillips, the reason why they are not in this team, it is COVID related. And that Obed McCoy, who I think is our best white ball bowler. I think Obed McCoy is our best white ball bowler. He is still recovering from a shin injury. And so those three are not in this team because of those reasons. COVID and recovering from shin injuries. Russell was dropped. Simon was dropped. So there's no excuse. When the coach was asked about other players, he simply said, I pick my best team. He said, I pick my best team. Number of persons don't think that Pollard is among the best, but the coach said he picks his best team. And so let us support the West Indies team as they play against Ireland. Wish them all the best. It's a 3-match series starting in Kingston, Jamaica on Saturday at 9:30 a.m. Jamaica time. After the 3-match ODI, there'll be a one-off T20 before England come calling on the 22nd of January. So that's my 11. Now, it is the end of the year, and as it's a new year, and the ICC usually they have 13 categories in which they award players for their performance, players and teams for their performance in the last year. So the 2021 nominees have come out. I would like to take a look at the 4 nominees for the Cricketer of the Year male. Tomorrow, I will look at the females, but today I'm going to look at the male. I want to make the point, though, that for all the categories, all 13 categories, there's only one West Indies nominee, only one. Ailey Matthews, the Barbadian all-rounder have been nominated for the Women ODI One Day International Player of the Year. She's the only West Indian that have been nominated. Ailey Matthews for the Women ODI Player of the Year. Now I look at Ailey Matthews in details another time, but this young lady is a diabetic. And it shows that no matter what your state or condition in life, you can find a way to make it positive. So here's a diabetic. I think she's about 23, 24. I don't quite remember her age, but I will look at her in details another time. But yes, she, a diabetic. And she has been nominated for the ODI Player of the Year, shortlisted in the final four. Wish her all the best, and we hope that she will win the award. But she's the only West Indian that has been nominated. So the four nominees for the ICC Male Cricketer of the Year. The award is named after Sir Garfield Sobers, that legendary West Indian cricketer, who for a long time was the world record holder for the highest individual score in Test cricket, 365, before it was broken by Brian Lara. Then Matthew Hayden from Australia broke it, and then Lara broke back the record against Lara. Brian Lara is currently the holder of the highest individual score in Test cricket, 400. Yes, 401 innings. Nowadays, the entire West Indies team, I don't remember the last time West Indies made 400 on a Test match. Someone can tell me the last time that West Indies made 400 in a Test match. All right, so the ICC Cricketer of the Year, Male Cricketer of the Year, the award is named after an West Indian, Sir Garfield Sobers. So, four nominees: Joe Root, Shaheen Afridi, Kane Williamson, and Muhammad Rizwan. Two Pakistani, one New Zealander, one English. So let's take a look at, quickly, not long, just go through Joe Root, captain of England. And everybody know what a torrid time England is going through right now in the Ashes down under in Australia. And I have a feeling that Ashes series is not going to be completed enough. I don't think England is going to take 5-love. I think they're going to find some reason to pull out of the Ashes, some COVID reason. They're going to find a COVID-related reason not to complete the Ashes series. There are 3-love down. The fourth match start tomorrow. Or the fifth. The fourth match start the 5th. The fourth match of the 5-match Ashes series start the 5th, which is Tuesday night, Jamaica time. Yeah, so tomorrow is right. It starts tomorrow. But I think that England is going to find a COVID reason to say they can't complete the tour. And I think that if they were leading 3-love, or if they were being competitive in the tour, they would have completed it. But I don't think they are taking the 5-love. They are not going to take the 5-love. So they are going to find a COVID reason to pull out of the tour. Those are my views. Those are not an official views. Those are my views. And I am confident. I'm confident in my views. I'm confident in my views that they are going to pull out of the tour citing a COVID reason. A number of their backroom staff have tested positive for COVID. No cricketer have tested positive thus far, but a number of their backroom staff have tested, including Silverwood, the team coach. So Silverwood, head coach, have been tested positive. They brought in Adam Oliak to be a replacement coach, a temporary coach. And he also have been isolating because it is said that he was in contact with a positive case. So he also have been isolated. So the head coach have tested positive. Adam Oliak, the temporary interim coach that England have brought in, he is being isolated as a contact of a positive case. Yesterday, when the English team was training, as is customary when you go somewhere, a test team or international test team goes somewhere, they usually get local cricketers who are not involved, local cricketers, club cricketers, to participate in their net session by bowling to their batsmen and saving the leg of their fast bowlers. It's customary. All international teams do it. It is said that during the session, one of those club bowlers who were participating have contracted COVID. It is said that it is possible that it was in the past that he had recovered, but the England team, they were taking no chances and they end the session and asked all the club bowlers to leave. I just think that England is going to find a reason not to complete this tour. They are going to find a COVID-related reason not to complete this tour. And the reason why they're going to find it, they don't want to take the 5 love. Because it is clear that they're going to get 5 love. It will take a miracle. It will take something special from Root, who has been nominated for the ICC Cricketer of the Year for 2021. Joe Root. He has scored over 1,855 runs at an average of 58 and a half. Roughly 58 and a half. I think it's 58.38. 58 and a half. He has scored 6 centuries. So during 21, 6 centuries, 1,855 runs. Some of these runs came in ODI. I think the 1,708 runs came in Test cricket. 1,708 runs came in Test cricket. So the remainder, that would be 147. 147 came in ODI. But 1,708 runs came in Test cricket. So for the year, he scored 1,855 international runs across all formats in ICC cricket. He averages 58 and a half. He has 6 centuries and 2 double centuries. I remember, I think it was in January, he scored 228 against Sri Lanka at Galle. But I think his finest innings was that 218 against India at Chennai. And those of us who follow cricket knows that the temperature in Chennai, it's baking, it's hot. And for you to score 218 against India at Chennai, with Ashwin and Jadeja and Bumrah and Shami and Siraj. So that 218 to me was special. And England went on to win that match. Marquette was the only match of the series that they won. But that 218 at Chennai was special. So I think that Root, to me, is my pick for the ICC Cricketer of the Year, Joe Root. I think, but let us look at the other 3 nominees quickly and we'll run through them. Shaheen, Shah, Afridi. Oh, if you watch that spell against India, in India's first match of the World Cup, if you watch that spell that early Sunday morning in Abu Dhabi, when Shah and Afridi runs in and knock away Roy, knock away KL Rahul, knock away Virat Kohli. It was exhilarating. I think it's probably his best spell of the year. It was a brilliant, brilliant spell. And although he started 2021 very good with a good home series against South Africa, in which he got a number of wickets, during the year, he got 78 wickets in 36 matches at 22 apiece. These are across format. But to me, he wasn't dominant in Test cricket, and I see Test cricket as the pinnacle. He did very well. He done very well in T20 and in Test cricket. Although he got 47 wickets in 9 matches. 47. One of those series, a 3-match series in against South Africa, was in Pakistan. So that was a home series. He was playing in his backyard. The 3 away series are against Bangladesh, West Indies, and Zimbabwe. If you want 3 teams to play against as an international cricketer at this time, those are the 3 teams you'll pick. Maybe Afghanistan, but you'll definitely pick those 3. You will take those 3 anytime. So although he got 47 wickets in 9 matches, 3 of those teams that he played against are the teams that are at the lowest in the ratings, in the international ratings. Okay, so I think his performance in T20 throughout the year was terrific, brilliant. 23 wickets in 21 matches, and remember in T20 he only bowled 4 overs, right? So his performance in T20 cricket was brilliant. He got his Test wicket at 17 apiece. All right. So I think he did well, but I still think Root is the man. Kane Williamson. I think the only reason, to be honest, I think the only reason why Kane Williamson, the captain of New Zealand, has been nominated for the Cricketer of the Year is because he was a captain of New Zealand, and New Zealand won the World Test Championship in 2021. Mark you, in that finals against India, he scored 49 in the first innings and 52 not out in the second innings. But his record for the year as a batsman is not so very impressive. And I think the only reason why he has been nominated is because New Zealand won the World Test Championship and New Zealand reached the finals of the T20 World Cup under his leadership. And I think that's the only reason why Ken Williamson has been nominated. Those were the highlights of Ken Williamson 2021. New Zealand winning the World Test Championship, and in the finals he scored 49 and 52, 101 runs. And in the final of the T20 World Cup also, he scored 85 or 43 balls and his team reached the finals. But that was it for Ken Williamson. 85 from 43 ball in the finals of the T20 World Cup. They lost. And he scored 101 runs in the 2 innings, a total of 101 runs in the 2 innings in the World Test Championship final, which New Zealand won. And I really think that is reason for being nominated. Now, Mohamed Rizwan, what a year he has. He has a great year. Over 1,915 runs in 44 matches at an average of 56. 1,915 runs at an average of 56. And added to that, he's a wicket keeper. So he's a Pakistani wicket keeper batsman. Although most of these runs came in T20. And maybe that's what the value, the nomination, why he's not quite up there with Root, because it's only 455 of these runs came in Test cricket. And as I said, the four country that they play in Test cricket is Bangladesh, West Indies, Zimbabwe, and South Africa at home in Pakistan. So 455 runs at 45 in 9 matches. If it was against England, Australia, India, it would have been rated higher for me. So I think the 1,326 runs in T20 with a strike rate of 135, averaging 74. I think that was the highlight of his season. But I think comparing that to Root should get the edge. So my pick for the ICC Cricketer of the Year 2021 is Joe Root. Thank you all for listening. We'll be back again tomorrow. But please remember to like, share, subscribe to the challenge. And remember, if you need a motor vehicle in the Caribbean, contact Dealmaker Store. The link is in the description. So bye now, everyone, and have a blessed day.